Okay, awesome. So Mark, take it away as far as mortgage updates, what you're seeing in the market, and then we're going to get to our guest.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Carrie. So I'm going to share my screen. As a lot of you know, rates are going higher. And so Drew and I have kind of put together a strategy to help combat some affordability issues that some buyers are having with what is called a 1.0 buy down. And essentially what that means is for the first year of the loan, your interest rate is going to be a full 1% lower than what it is at the current market. And then starting month 13 of the loan, it's going to go up 1%. And kind of the reasoning behind this is we're likely going to see rates drop, whether it's the next, year or 2 years. It's a good way to help offset that payment for a shorter period of time. And so here's a presentation I put together, kind of illustrating all of this. And there's 4 different options that I had put. And so the first one on the very far right is that 1.0 buy down. And this option comes with no points associated with it. And so for the first year of the loan, you're going to see that interest rate right here is 6.375 and a monthly payment of $25.45. And this is based off a $450,000 purchase with 20% down. And so first year, the payment is based off this 6.375. And then starting year 2, that rate will jump to 7.375 for years 2 through 30. And so you just have to be, very upfront with the borrower and let them know that that will happen. But it is a very good way to help offset that payment for the first year, because as you'll see, the payment the first year is $25.45 versus just a standard loan 30-year fixed, no points at $2,700. And so you're saving them $200 for the first year. And then I have that same scenario right here, but that comes with 0.875 points charged to the borrower upfront to lower that rate even more. So the rate on the first year on this one is 5.8, and then that'll jump to 6.8 after that. And then I have the permanent buy down where the borrower can pay some points upfront to just have that rate at 6.812 for 30 years. And so when you look at all of these side by side over the next 2.5 years, the monthly or the overall savings on the total cost of the loan, it's actually going to save them $2,000 for the first 2.5 years of the loan to go with that 1.0 buy down and no points. And another thing that's interesting with these buy downs is there is an upfront buy down payment associated with them. However, when they go to refinance the loan, that buy down payment upfront is actually applied towards the principal of the new loan. So it's not money lost. It's going to be applied to the new. So it's not like paying points or anything like that, where it's just upfront interest. Essentially, that money will come back to you in the form of a principal reduction. So just another, kind of tool to put in your tool belt as far as you're talking to clients, that there are other options out there that they can talk to somebody about as far as getting into the home. Don't necessarily worry too much about the interest rate, like everybody has been saying right now. Marry the home, date the rate. We'll get you a solution in the short term to get you a comfortable monthly payment until we can refinance that loan.
Awesome. I love the visuals, you guys. If you don't have something visual to show people, I think it's really important, because this is how you can truly educate. A lot of people are more visual. And so when we start talking about numbers, it makes sense, but when they can actually see them and make some educated decisions based on these visuals, it can be very, very helpful. You can use that in a lot of ways for marketing, social media, email campaigns, but as well as your one-on-one appointments with prospective buyers and sellers. Now, just to clarify, Mark, those upfront fees and so forth can be paid for by the seller for a buyer.
Yeah. So here, let me share my screen again. So
because if it already takes the principal reduction down and it's going to help them save money in the meantime, these are things that you should have in your toolbox, not only when you're going on listing appointments. How do you stand yourself apart from the competition, not have to reduce your price so much, but be more valuable to a buyer? That's critical. And the buyer knows that they might have you on their side as the buyer's agent negotiating these sorts of things, if it makes sense, as the buyer agent, right?
Yeah. And so this presentation has taken into consideration that the borrower is using their own funds. If they were able to get a seller credit, I would lean more towards this option because it's not their money that they're playing with at that point, and they can get an even lower payment at somebody else's expense.
Yeah. Yep. Awesome.
And
Awesome. Awesome. Anything else to add, Mark?
No, I have the link to this presentation that I'll share in the chat box so that you guys can have a visual of it and, you know, play around with it as you see fit. But you can go in and play around with it and see a full itemized breakdown of costs, monthly payment and things like that within the presentation. And then of course you can share it as an example with potential buyers that you guys have that are working with.
Perfect. If you aren't having this conversation, if Mark and Drew can't service you in the state that you're in, you need to be talking to your own loan officers about this. If your loan officer doesn't have these types of tools, maybe it's a good opportunity for you to go to explore some new partnerships. These are going to be things that make a big difference. So thank you, Mark. As always, you and Drew are here showing up for us every single Monday. We appreciate you. You guys go ahead and take that link that Mark just chatted in the chat box before we close this call today and go do something with this information. Our goal is that every single Monday, you start your week off with us. We bring great guests in. We talk about agent attraction. We are focused on that. We take some action in that direction, but we're also getting this information at the front of this call. Why don't we go take this information every single week that we get and go do something with it to move the business forward in some way, shape, or form? That's our hope for you guys, is don't just attend the meeting, do something with the information that you're given, and do that right before you get on with the rest of your day. Without further ado, Keely and I have an amazing guest today, Curt Shewell, who is on the call with us. Curt, I have not had the pleasure of meeting you, and I know that Keely has. So I'm super excited that you have been willing to come in and talk with us. We do this revenue share huddle every Monday here for our eXp Family Tree agents. And so we love to bring people in who are really successful at agent attraction within this company, for those that are using our agent attraction model as an opportunity for themselves as well. I'm going to do a little short introduction, and then I'm going to ask you to add anything to it that you think is important for us to know.
Sounds great.
I have read some things about you. I was getting prepared for this call, and I found a couple of great things that I just wanted to note. Curt, who is with us today, is first and foremost, I've read this a couple times, a very accomplished sales and marketing executive with a lot of experience at both national and regional levels. So I'll be very curious to know how you brought that experience into eXp and agent attraction, but bringing just a lot of skills in the way of training, coaching, motivating, and accountability. And I think that those are some really awesome attributes that people are looking for, which is probably why people attract to you. And so your entrepreneurial experience with startups and different executive leadership positions has really helped you to be successful as a leader in your real estate business. Driving growth and expansion with your visionary leadership, your operational excellence, and your goal setting experience. So we are super excited to hear from you, because I hear you are very passionate, you're magnetic, and that you gel your team together unlike anyone else has been able to do. So please, without further ado, let me know if I missed anything important to know about you, and how can you share with us how to do that and be like that, so we can continue to take advantage of revenue share here at eXp Realty.
Wow, Carrie, I got to bring you on the road with me anywhere I go, because that was like, holy smoke. You got me going, man, I want to meet this guy myself. He sounds pretty great. Like, wow. But thank you. That was very kind of you. And I appreciate you. Thanks, guys, for asking me to come out. And, you know, Keely, I'm a big fan. And you know, I love Keely. So she's great. So she cheats. She gets herself in the room with the people that she wants to be in the room with. And that's the secret, guys. So for all of you, if you really want to take your business to the next level, if it's selling more real estate, great. Get in the room with the people that are selling the most real estate. If you want to attract more agents, get in the room with the people attracting more agents. I mean, it's I know it sounds so simple. It's not easy, because you have to figure out, oh my God, what do I do? How do I do it? Well, I'll give it to you right now. First step first, go ask them about them, right? You want to talk to somebody, just go ask them about them. Right? That's that simple. Don't overcomplicate this. We get in our own heads. We convince ourselves, oh, I can't go say hi to this person because, oh my God, who am I to talk to them? Are you kidding me? Who are you not to talk to them? Are you nuts? This is exactly why we're all here. We all joined eXp because of this collaboration piece. Well, let me back up. Most people don't join eXp because of the collaboration piece, and then find out the greatest part of eXp is the collaboration piece. And this is how you win, right? Go talk to the people winning and go, how the hell are you winning? I promise you, the three favorite subjects of every single person, especially the bigger the ego, the more these three matter. Me, myself, and I. That's all they want to talk about. right? So if you walk up to, Lisa Martin, right? And you walked up to Lisa, hi, Lisa. If you walked up to her and you said, oh my God, Lisa, you know what? I've heard these crazy, great things about you. I'm so glad I get to meet you. I'm sorry. Can I just get 1 minute of your time? I just want to say hi to you and just, oh my God, I'm really excited to meet you. Thank you so much. Can I ask you one quick question? Would that be okay? How did you find the most success that you found?
Mhm.
Right? Or, oh my God, I see that you're into dogs. Oh my God. How did you turn the dog thing into a successful real estate career? How do you tag those two together? I'm just like, oh my God, I'm blown away by how great you are. Oh my God, Lisa, I saw you do that thing that you did on your, oh my God, on your YouTube or on your video or on your Facebook, where you were at the hairdresser and the hair salon and they were doing all that stuff. How do you even pick out the best hair salons? Well, how do you do this? Because you're amazing all the time. Guys, it doesn't matter what you talk about. Ask them a question about them. Right. And then you want to blow someone's mind. You want to make a real high level person want to talk more to you. Ask them what you can do to help them, because they are not expecting that. And they're going to look at you different, because all of a sudden they're like, yeah. Wait, what? Boom. You'll grab them right by the throat. I promise you, you will. It's like smacking them. You get their attention.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, what are you getting from me? And then it's like, wait a minute. Oh shit. Am I missing out on who I'm? Wait a minute. Should I be meeting you? I thought you were just kind of fanfaring me. Wait a minute. Do I need to meet you? This is what goes through their heads. Okay. Make it really simple. All right. Now I'm gonna jump back to the beginning, Carrie, where you started, and what's really great. You had Mark on here talking mortgage stuff. How many people understand all that mortgage crap inside and out? Yeah, no one, right? So Mark, don't get me wrong, please. I hope you're still on the call, and I did it. What we need to do is there he is, Mark.
I'm still here.
I'm gonna throw one piece to you, brother, because I love what you're doing. You're dedicated to this team. Obviously, you want their business, right? So Mark needs to really help and placate to you guys to help you guys out, and he's trying to. He literally brought a little chart graph. Well, look, let me show it to you, which is awesome, Mark. The problem is everybody walked away going, "That's really cool." I have no idea what he just said. Right now, again, not that you weren't great at explaining what you're explaining. We're real estate agents. What we need to understand, everybody here, listening to Mark, what Mark brought, right? See, what I heard was Mark saying to you guys, I've got a really creative, awesome financing plan for most of your clients. If they're a typical client, they got that 20% down-ish, or they got some equity in their house now, they're moving and they want to buy the new one. Oh my God, get them with me ASAP. Oh my God, I've got a really cool thing. It's called a buy down thing. Don't even explain it to them, because you'll mess it up. Right, Mark? They'll mess it up. You don't want to have to try to fix what they said, because they just promised something that you're like, how the hell did they get that out of that? That's not how this works. And that's what's going to happen. We're going to screw it up. So please don't charge all these agents to go out there and explain a mortgage program that they have no clue about. Okay. Unless they've done one, they don't know. Okay. Meaning they've done one for themselves. And guess what? Anybody bought a house in the last 15 years hasn't done one of those. Okay. Yeah. So nobody on this page has a clue what you just said, but it sounded cool. Right. And now I happen to be licensed in mortgage, so I do really know. I honestly, I get what you're saying, and it's awesome. My message to this group, if I'm Mark Collins, the lender extraordinaire, right? The guy who's going to do everything I can to close your deals. Do me a favor, guys. I'm Mark Collins. I've got this really creative program. Let me just give you kind of 10 seconds on it. You don't need to know it. All you need to know is go tell Sarah Montana over there, who's buying a house from you, who's got 20% down, who's a baller client. And you're like, oh my God, let me three-way you with my lender. Oh my God, Mark Collins has got some cool shit. He came down. I go to these meetings with this guy. This guy's bringing all kinds of stuff to the table. There is no better lender on the planet. This guy's going to help us put this deal together. I promise you, we're going to get to that closing table and we're going to win our offer because of him. So let me group him in. Oh my God, he's that good. That's the pitch.
Yeah.
That's all everybody on this page has to say, Mark. And you're going to go pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, 26 people.
26.
Every one of the people on here should be working with at least one buyer. If they're not, something's really wrong. Okay. So guess what, Mark? You got 26 potential clients today that they should have you on a three-way call with their client, because you can close them. That's your job, not theirs. When you go tell me about a 1, 2, 3 buy down with the 1 with the 0 and the 0 first year, second year, wait a minute, it's a really cool program. See, because like the first year it's great, second year it's not so great. I mean, it's still great, but not like it couldn't. Well, I mean, there's something in it, but then they'll change it. But it'll probably change anyway, and then we refi it, and you guys can spend more money, and you get other rates, and then we'll get another rate on top of a rate, but it'll be better. And when the market gets better, and like, right, that's really great. Don't you think it'd be good? Do you want to talk to me?
Do you want to buy it?
Like, holy shit, right? So let's not do that. Let's dummy this shit right now, Mark. We're real estate agents. We're dummies on mortgage. We don't want to know mortgage. We just want to know you're going to give them the money, right? We want you in our little wagon that we pull for Halloween, right? Trick or treating to all these clients. Hey, I got Mark, baby. Booyah, open up the bag, Mark. Put the candy in it. That's what I'm talking about. Mark's the candy man. Bring candy, deliver, Mark. Okay, you with me?
I'm with you.
You want to be my lender?
Forever, we're
That's what I
gonna
need.
call Mark the Candy Man now.
I'm the
Mark, you are the
Candyman.
Candy Man. I'm
right?
never gonna
Start
forget
singing.
that.
Get Sammy Davis Jr. I'll sing Candyman. Okay, that's an old one for old people like me. All right, so here's the deal, guys. It's no different than recruiting. It's the same damn thing, guys. It's the same thing, right? So we've got to start acting like we know what the hell we're doing. How many of you guys find it easier to talk to a FSBO than it is to go recruit an agent?
Lots of people.
Okay,
Yeah.
so all of you guys are massive recruiters? You guys would rather try to recruit agents, or you'd rather just talk to a FSBO and get a listing?
Or they're not talking to FSBOs either, Curt. That might be the thing.
Okay, let's do it this way. How many it's easier to talk to an expired than it is to go out and recruit an agent? All right.
Any
Does
sort of
anybody
buyer
sell real
seller
estate on
client.
here?
Come on, guys.
Does anybody sell real estate here? Raise your hand if you sell real estate.
Okay,
That's why
there we
nobody-
go.
Yeah, for a second, I thought nobody could hear me. It was just me and you talking, Carrie. I was getting freaked out here. Okay, guys, you got to react to me or else I lose my mojo. Okay, you got to work with me here. This is interactive, or else there's no reason for me to be here if I can't help you, because I'm not going to talk at you and leave you guys going, wow, that was fun, but I have nothing to take out of this to go put into action. You need to take action. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple things right now today that before we're done, I promise you this, you will have one thing to take out of here to put action to it. And I mean now today, like we get done here, the first thing you're doing is you're grabbing this stupid little thing that we call a phone. It's your life, right? And you're going to grab your lifeline and you're going to talk to people in your life who want to buy and sell real estate so you can help them. Oh, by the way, they happen to be somebody who does a bunch of it. How cool would it be to have 100 people out selling homes that you're helping do that? That would be pretty freaking cool, right? Well, guess what? I took a team. I grabbed Mark Z, got him out of Keller Williams, partnered with Mark. He had 14 agents on his team doing about 100 million, took him out of that, built a team to 128 agents on our team who are selling freaking homes, because I can sell 128 homes if I got 128 people versus me selling one. Okay, that's a hell of a lot better numbers. I can put 128 people into action, help them sell a gosh damn home, and guess what? Take our business to a whole nother level. Now we do $300 million in business, and now we do 1,000 transactions. See what I'm saying? It's about scaling your business. Recruiting's the same damn thing. So I've only brought in, I don't know, 100 people over 4.5 years. Well, guess what? Now I got 2,700 people that are selling homes, and I get to impact their lives, help these people go to another level. And guess what? I get paid every time I help them sell a gosh damn house. How cool is that? That's 2,700 times one of me, right? You guys with me on that?
That is the goal of everybody on this call, right? You guys
okay, then let's start acting that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so my challenge, Carrie, is if we're going to say that's our goal, then let's really make it our goal. Steve Jones, are you with me? Is this your goal, right? Then let's do this for real. Let's act like this matters. Okay, Joel, my man, he turned his camera on. He's like, oh shit, I better pay attention to this guy. He's going to call me out. Yes, I am. Right. And Teresa and Candy and Emma and Jason, turn your damn cameras on, guys. Come on, let's do this. Let's do that's a girl. Emma, come on, get in here, girl. I love that. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Look at my hair. This is a bad hair day every day. It's all I got, right? But I'm just glad I have hair. So I go with it. Just be happy you have hair and run with it. Forget about this bad hair day shit. Come on, we got to go to a whole nother level. What you've got to do is you got to create excitement. You got to get people to want to pay attention to you. You got to get people that want to be in that environment that you're in. You are the culture. People join people, George, right? George Crawford. Look at all that freaking hair you got, dude. You are a freaking beast. You know what? You look like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? From the band Queen. You with me? Right? This guy's like
George
a
has
stud.
never heard that before. Oh.
Yeah, I know, first timer, right? Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about. Rock on, baby. That's it. And I know this man, right? Because why? Because he will rock you, right? Because he is a champion. Oh, all these puns with Queen, right? All right. So let's get back in it, right? Because we all need somebody to love. So let's do this now. Let's make sure that we're tying all the stuff together, guys. You create your environment. You create your world. Bring it all the way. Stop going half in. Stop taking your foot and dip your foot in the pool to see if you can have a swim. Are you kidding me? Get in the damn water. Let's have a swim. Shit, let's make a splash. Let everybody know you're in the pool because the pool is fun. Come join me. This is so cool. It's insane. Right? I don't know if you guys pay attention to any of my social media crap, but check this out. This dude from Remax, I got him so fired up. This guy lights me up this morning on this post, right? Because I talked about this new expansion, you know, this referral program we got, right? At eXp, we rolled it out yesterday or Friday.
Yes, I just posted it, you guys. More to
Right?
come
It's
in
badass.
eXp Family Tree.
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
don't
Curt,
have,
I stole your post, man. Sorry.
perfect. Thank you,
I
Shannon.
stole
Please do.
Shannon's post. Woo, this
There
is
you
how
go,
it works.
right? That's how we do this. R&D, baby, rip off and duplicate. That's how we have success, right? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's do this. So what we want to do, right, is you want to get the message out. Holy smokes, that guy from Remax is so pissed off. You know why he's mad? Because they can't do it. That's why he's mad. Oh, he's calling us unprofessional and you guys are an embarrassment and you should be embarrassed yourselves. Wait till you see the video. As soon as I'm done here, I'm going to do a video reply to him.
Oh,
Right?
geez.
Really nice. I'm going to kill this guy with kindness. And then I'm going to show him something I'm going to show you in a second that I'm going to freaking throw right at him and go, well, because he called us an MLM, says that we don't care. We're embarrassment. We don't even sell real estate. Well, the funny part is for not selling real estate, how weird is it that we had more transactions than Remax did last year? We sold more homes than them. How is that possible? Because they're great, right? They have a hot air balloon. Well, when's the last time a hot air balloon dropped somebody off at your door? Well, that's right. Never. When's the last time somebody said, I can't work with you? I can't work. Wait a minute. You have a hot air balloon on your card? Holy smokes. I can work with you now. Are you kidding me? People join people. Mark Collins, am I right? You're the lender to the stars, baby. They join you because of you. They don't join you because of what brand you are. Because honestly, I don't even know what lender you work for. Why? The bank doesn't matter. You are what matters, my friend. Everybody on this call, you matter. Bring this to your people. Bring this to the other agents. Now watch what I do with this guy, Chris, on Remax on my Facebook, right? I'm going to kill this guy with kindness and tell him how great he is and how uninformed he is and how much I'd love to help this guy. I'm going to throw love at this guy like crazy and piss him right off because that's what we're going to do, right? Because he doesn't know. The truth is they don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know. Here, check this out, right? So if you really know and you don't, right? This is what these people don't know. Here's what they think, right? You guys are recruiting. How many times have you guys ever been told you're just a recruiting company? That's all you guys do is recruit, recruit, recruit. Everybody ever hear that shit? Yeah. Oh man, it's crazy, right? You just recruit. And then I tell them, I say, well, that's really funny. I'm kind of confused at that. You know, what happens is we make so much money doing what we're doing the same thing you are, but we get paid more ways and more money, which is really weird, but it's so cool that we get excited. So we get up on the roof and we shout from the rooftops, oh my gosh, if you're selling real estate, you really should probably take a look at doing it here because it's like way more fun and we make more money. Like how nuts is that? Then I had my guy from K-Dub said, well, Curt, we focus on the client. I said, no way. Do you? Holy smokes, that's amazing. I like that. So I said, that's amazing, right? You guys focus on the client. I said, tell me about that. I'm excited about this. And he goes, oh, Curt, you guys are focused on the agent. Oh, you say it all the time. All you care about the agent. Your company just is all about the agent. And we're all about the client. We give the client the best experience. I said, okay, I'll play. That sounds really great. His name is Josh. I said, Josh, this sounds really great. I love how you're thinking. Let me ask you an honest question. Who gives the client a better experience? An agent who's doing a lot of business and who's successful that doesn't have commission breath? Or the agent that's dying to close a deal, isn't selling crap, and is begging for a deal? Which one gives that client a better experience? I'm a little confused here. And he's like, clearly the one that's doing business, who's well-trained like we do. I said, okay, again, like you do. I love that. So help me understand. So you guys provide leads? Well, no. I said, okay, so you're not helping your agent at all. Got it. So if the agent goes out and finds the client, stumbles on him, accidentally falls into one and gets one, you've trained them so well that they're going to kill it, right? That's right. And they're going to give that client a great experience, right? He said, yeah, that's right. I said, okay. And they're broke and they making no money. So my agents make money. I said, well, let's do the numbers. You're a math guy. He said, yeah. I said, great. Let's show you the numbers. So here's the numbers for his brokerage. He has 412 agents at that particular market center, right? 412. Check this out. I took the two teams he's got out of the equation because the two teams do splits and they're different. So their people can make money, but lots of them don't, right? Because they have the 50-50, all that stuff. So, okay, great. Well, what they did was I said, let me take these 100 agents out of your equation. So now you'll have 312. That's an easier number for you. He's like, okay. I said, check this out. I said, all the agents who cap, now their cap's only $3 million. So if you do 3 million in volume, so stay with me here. If you do 3 million in volume, you cap there. Now you get to that 100% level, right? That's kind of cool, right? Everybody wants to be 100% because this is how they pitch their whole thing about 100%. So if they were at 100%, they made 3 million gross. So therefore they did 90,000. If they got 3%, 90,000 gross commission dollars. Everybody with me on that? 3 million equals 3%, it's 90,000, right? GCI. But remember, up to that point, they only got paid a 60-40 or 70-30. I said, we'll take the best scenario you got, 70-30. Great. Well, if I do the math, 70 times 90,000, well, what does that come out? 63 grand. Then they got the Gary tax, right? You got to pay the Gary fees. So when you take that off the top, now you're, now we're down to 58,000. You're like, oh shit. Okay. But then you got to pay the brokerage because they get the fees and the 10%, or it's about 12%. Yeah. I said, is that your number? He says, yeah. I said, okay. So take 12% off of that. I'm not a really smart guy. It's another $6,000 on 50, but it's 70 to 7,200. Right, on 60. So now you subtract that, now we're at $49,000. I said, so you're telling me these baller agents you got, holy smokes, who are making 49 grand are killing it. Sorry, but I'm struggling with that being like, oh my God, I can't wait to be like them. I said, now hear me out. You're like, what does all this mean, Curt? What it means is, I told him, here's the really ugly truth. If I take the 100 out on your team and I say, you got 312 agents in your brokerage, he's like, yeah. I said, right, they're all highly trained, highly skilled, give an amazing, amazing experience to the client, right? He said, yeah. I said, okay, check this out. You only have 28 who hit 3 million out of 312. 188 did less than two transactions or less. 188 of 312 did 2 transactions or less. I said, what kind of experience are you giving these people? Because they're not buying anything. I'm confused. And your top ballers are making 49,000 or up, and you've only got 28 of them? Dude, you better rethink this freaking experience thing you're giving, because your clients are not digging you guys because they ain't buying homes with you. So do you follow me? Do the math, know your numbers. If you're going to come at a position of strength, have a little bit of stuff to back you up. I just did the one market. So now I have them all listed out, all the ones around my office, because I deal with these guys all the time. And I tell them how great they are, right? And now, oh my God, I can't even believe the experience of the client must be monumental because they're so good, they won't buy a house. You must keep them in their own. And I asked them, I said, you selling them back their own house because they ain't buying another house. Now what? And the weird part is I tell them too, I'm a mess here, right? Because we just broke another record. Right? Every month we keep breaking our record of more sales every month. So I don't know, maybe we're giving them a shitty experience, but they sure are buying a lot of houses from us. So I think probably happy agents who have a company that focuses on taking care of the agent probably makes a happier agent. A happier agent does what? Sells more homes, gives a better experience to their client. So I said, now, Josh, let me ask it back to you. Which one of us gives the better experience to our client? My people or your people?
Yeah. Well, that's it, Curt, because that is it. That's the key, is that people say you're recruiting or people say these things. And it's simply that when the agent is given opportunities, when they don't feel like they are stuck in something that doesn't allow them to grow, or they're stuck in a box, when they have the ability to be their entrepreneurial self, which most top producers, that's who we are. When we're given a playground to play in like that, we are happier, we are more creative, we are more excited. And of course, that energy exudes out to the masses. And of course, we attract more people, both clients and agents. And that's what's made eXp work organically, and why it, why we have people saying certain things about us. And I think that's the magic. I want to go back to something that you said at the beginning when you were talking about how Mark is the candy man. This has been sticking in my brain. It was like, that was a huge aha for me, because a lot of people that I talk to, and I know Keely talks to, many of us talk to, they don't feel like they are equipped to maybe explain all of the ins and outs of eXp to the level in which we could educate somebody to then bring them over to the company, maybe because they're a team leader with multiple agents, or maybe they are a broker owner or franchise owner, or maybe just a top agent that's doing something different than they're doing. And so it's just like the mortgage person and the agent. We don't need to, nor should we probably go out there and try to explain everything that we don't feel confident in. That's not our job, is it, Curt? Our job is to get the energy, bring people, say, oh my gosh, you have to talk to Carrie. I just was on this call with her this morning, or you have to talk with Keely. Let's just get on a call because it blew my mind. I care about you and I just want you to hear about it, right? Isn't that the same idea?
Spot on, 100%. Let me show it to you and break it down for you guys. Carrie, that is spot on. Guys, all right, one of the questions or one of the comments you made about me at the beginning was, Curt there's buzz that Curt seems to be more engaged with his group or his downline, if you will, than anybody else in growing their business. Well, the thing that I found, just like anybody else, everybody wants to feel special. Everybody wants to feel important. And all I did was give them a challenge. Okay, great. You go get 3 agents to come into the company, right? You bring me 3 and I will give you extra time. You don't bring me 3, you don't get my time, because you're going to want me to tell you about how to get ready and how to start getting ready to start getting ready. And then how to think about the idea of maybe starting to think about starting to get ready. And no, we're not doing that, right? That's a waste of your time, certainly a waste of mine, but it's a waste of your own time. I don't want you to waste your time. I want you to stop being so damn busy and start being productive. Right? If I can get you down the productive trail instead of the busy trail, guess what you'll be? You'll be crazy busy, being productive and making a bunch of money. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? It makes us happier, takes life away. Let me ask you this. Everybody, please raise your hand if your camera's on. How many of you in the world have a problem? And somewhere in the world, you have a problem in the world somewhere, right? How many of you have a problem? Oh my God, every one of us? That's insane. How crazy is that? Now, let me ask you the same question for every one of you with your hand up, right? Put your hand up and I want you to put your hand down, right? If money would make that problem go away. Uh-oh, only one person left who has a real problem. The rest of us have financial issues, guys. They're not problems, they're financial issues. Stop thinking they're problems. More money makes them go away. Guess what they are? Financial issues. They're not problems, right? Get your mind right. Stop thinking the wrong way. We convince ourselves, oh, I got all these problems and I can't. Stop that crap. You can. You just need to know a couple things. One, you need to know that Carrie's there for you. You need to know that Keely's there for you. You need to know that I'm here for you. You guys want to recruit somebody? Let me ask you an honest question. And I know we haven't even gone into my stuff. I'll do this in a second for you, and I'll do this really quick. However, how many of you feel confident that if I talk to your recruit with you to close them for you to help you get them, that we'd have a better chance of getting? Anybody? Okay, most of you. Sandra, you really reluctant. They're like, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Dude, you're just not feeling me. Is that what's happening? We're not connecting. Is that what's happening? All right, I'll bring it a little bit more for you. I'll bring a little more power. Oh. Look at, even Anna's like, I got to check this thing out. Turn your camera on. Thank you, Anna. All right. Thanks for joining us. Here's the deal, guys, right? All you got to do is put them on I do it every Friday. Put them on there. I'll close them for you. That simple.
Do you do an eXp Explain, Curt?
Yes, I do. Every Friday. Right.
All right. We'll gather that information. We'll post it below on the
No
live
problem.
stream. Just
Happy to help you guys. But here's the key to this whole thing, right? You got to invite somebody and just get them to come and listen. That's all you got to do. You don't have to be the one explaining anything, because like Carrie said, most of us really struggle to understand all the crazy stuff eXp has. I study this stuff. I live this stuff. I breathe this stuff. I eat this stuff every single day. Why? Because somebody has to know this stuff, right? So I took it upon myself to say, if I'm going to get to this crazy kind of level, then I better take it serious. If I'm going to take it serious, I'm taking myself serious. Well, then I'm going to hold myself accountable to making sure that I can do that. And that's what I did. So now what I found was the hardest part of my whole thing was, how do I start a conversation with the agent, right? So let me see. But Joel, my man Joel, here, role play this with me for a second, okay? I'm mute, okay? So tell me if this sounds attractive to you and you really want to meet with me and like, oh my God, I can't wait to hear about what you're doing in eXp or anything else, right? Hey, Joel, listen, I want to recruit you, and it would be really great because if you came over here, I would make a bunch of money from you, and you, well, not really, but kind of, but if you bring other people, right, you can make money, but I'll make money too, and then you can help me make money. And if you come over and I think you're really great, you're a way better agent than me, would you come over here?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, because that's what the general public of the world hears from us. This is the crap they're hearing. They're like, oh God, stay away, stay away, stay away, stay away. You have to be so good to be able to be confident enough to say, hey, Joel, do me a favor. Say, dude, I've already heard from eXp from a million people. Say this to me. Hey, Joel, love the opportunity to talk to you, my friend. You're doing some cool stuff. I really want to know what you're doing. I got some really cool stuff I'd love to share with you, what we're doing over here.
Dude, I've already heard it from a bunch of different people. I'm okay, man. Thanks, Curt.
Oh my God, Joel, I totally get that. You've been hearing eXp people, EXP and all over you all the time. Is that what you're hearing, all these people?
All the time.
Yeah, I know, right? They get up there, get excited, they start EXP and all everybody, and oh my God, we know this crazy things. Please take all that as white noise and get it out of the way. What I want to do with you, Joel, is I want to talk to you about what you're doing. I'm really interested in you. I respect you. I think you're an amazing agent. I see that you really look like you're really starting to take your business in a whole nother direction. I know the market has shifted. We want to shift in a shifting market. So I'd love to share, just collaborate back and forth with you. And I promise you, anything we talk about will be focused on what's good for you and only you. Otherwise, we won't talk about it. And eXp, if you haven't heard it from me, I promise you, you have no idea what eXp does. I promise you that. So I'll buy you a cup of coffee. I'll buy you a drink. We'll sit down. I'll buy you a sandwich, whatever you need. I really want to talk about your business though. Is that something you'd be interested in?
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
I appreciate it, my friend. I look forward to talking to you. Thank you so much. I'm really excited about meeting with you. Let's set this up right now for boom. And you just set your appointment, right? Now, if I'm going to go the three-way route, which is really simple, right? So let me do it the other way. Joel, you mind just still playing with me here?
Let's do it.
All right. So Joel, how you doing? Curt Shewell. The reason I'm giving you a quick call was I know who you are. You're in my market. You're doing this, you're doing that, or I saw you on social media, wherever the hell you found them. And I am like blown away by some of the stuff you're doing, my man. I just was like intrigued. And so I was in a meeting with a couple of the bigger players at my brokers. I'm over at that eXp company, that cloud company. So we do this collaborative thing. It's really cool. Well, anyways, when I was talking to them, they charge everybody. They said, pick one person that you just recently either looked at, met, know, don't know, but really would like to. Who is that? What name would that be? And to be honest with you, I threw your name out there. So then, of course, they held me accountable because that's how our company works. And that's why we have so much success. And what they did was they said, get Joel to come and talk to us. We want to hear about Joel. If you think that highly of Joel, we want to talk to them. And so then there's this guy named Curt, and he's out of, I don't know, Detroit or something, but he's like this, wow. And then I was like, oh, and he was like, boom. And I was like, holy smokes. And I said, all right. And he said, you got to get a hold of Joel and tell him that I want to talk to him. So Joel, I'm really just the messenger. Curt Shewell, this guy wants to talk to you, and he's a business partner of mine. And it's like, oh my God. And oh, I'm so excited. Would you do me the favor, please? And since I already put my neck on the line for this and said that you would at least, talk to the guy so I could tell him how great you are because I threw your name out there. Would you possibly be willing to at least hop on a Zoom or something where I got it, where I promise you'll learn some cool stuff. And in the meantime, this guy can at least meet you because now he's really wanting to meet you bad.
Yeah, that works.
Oh, okay. God, thank you so much for doing me a favor. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, can you do that?
Maybe not with quite the energy that you can do, but yes, we can do it.
Okay, then that takes practice like anything else. You couldn't sell a house until you sold one.
That's
and then
right.
you sold one, then you have practice more to sell a second one. And then a third one. All you gotta do is get one agent. And then guess what'll happen? Oh shoot, now we got a second one. And oh no, look out. Nope, we got a third one. Oh my God, what am I gonna do now? Right? That's how this works. So what I charge my people, when I said I work with my group, what I do is I tell every one of them when they join, the first things first, you cannot recruit an agent. No, zero. You don't know what you're doing. You have no idea half the crap we have. You know one thing, you know your story of why you came here. The problem is if they're not having the same pain as you, it's a different pain, and you approach them from your perspective only, that might not resonate with them. And they might go, well, that's good for you. It's just not for me. Anybody ever hear that one? Oh, it's probably good for you. It's just not for me, right? We all hear that crap. Why? Because we didn't ask them about who? About them. We told them about us. And I don't get me wrong, my colleagues and a lot of the people recruiting a lot of people are, no, tell them your story, tell them your story. I agree with that, just not up front. I don't want to hear your story. I want to tell you mine, right? Because it's about me, it's not about you. So remember, when you're talking to them, it's about them, it's not about you. So when you're spewing your stuff about you, they don't want to hear it. They're not open to it. Their gate is not open. So I do what we call the pivot move. Right? Because you and I are like this right now, right? So what I want to do is start talking to you and asking questions about you and what's important to you, and then give you the hypothetical. So let me ask you, if you could get this and you could have that, and now we could do this, and then us together could do that. Is that something that we'd want to do together? Oh my God, am I standing next to you now? Holy smokes, it's us against them? Do you follow me? It's just called a pivot move. All I do is pivot. How do I do it? It's all about framing and then looping them back, right? Frame it and loop them back where you want them to be. So there's a whole art to that. And I'll explain it. It's part of my recruiting training I do. It's a whole nother thing. But right now, let's do this for the sake of time. And I want to give you guys some Q&A, and you can role play me. You can throw any objection at me, whatever you want out here. We'll do that if you'd like. But here, I want you to go through this. You want the easiest conversation to have somebody, you want to recruit somebody really simple. And you come on a Friday, you're going to see me do this much more in depth, and I'm just going to bang through this. What's changing in real estate, guys, and you can have this conversation with anybody. Hey, how you doing? Who we got? Amina, oh my God, it's really good to talk to you, but some of the biggest changes that are going on aren't the market shifts. We all know the market shifts, it always does. It's done it for 100 years. But Amina, what's happening right now is the industry is changing. Oh my God, I'm old. I can't even keep up because I'm not up on what? Technology. Technology is changing the entire industry. Holy smokes. Are you familiar with all these cloud-based companies? I actually worked for one. I didn't even know what the heck that meant. I had to figure it out because I'm old. And then they're like, oh, it's this. I'm like, I don't know what that means. Does that mean we don't have people? We don't have offices? We got all this. I'm like, oh, well, okay, then that's cool. And we have this metaverse. I'm like, you have a what? How the heck does that even work? And they're like, what works in the cloud? I'm like, that's awesome. I still don't get the cloud thing. They said, well, let me show you. I said, please, let me show you. So what's happening is right now, the technology companies are dominating our industry. Everybody know who the #1 real estate company out there is? Yeah, it's Zillow, guys. Why? Because they're fighting who?
all of the companies that were been founded on a platform like my friend at Remax I'll be talking to today after this in my video is about the fact that he's built on a model built 120 years ago. Coldwell Banker started this thing back in 1906. He started a franchise model. The franchise model, guess what? Isn't done the same way today. Let me show you. Because you work for a company. You told me, what'd you tell me? We're nothing but a recruiting company, right? Yeah, I heard you say that. And I was scratching my head on that, but I heard you say, but I've had other people tell me that too. And let me ask you a couple of questions if that's okay, because you think I'm the recruiting company. Well, let's talk about who you work for. Is that okay? Great. George, can you role play me on this really quick? Just so I can bang through this stuff. Would you mind? Thank you, my friend. Still love your hair, dude. All right, so here's the deal, right? So on a franchise model you work for, and you said you worked at Remax. Can I use that as an example? Is that okay? Everybody cool with that? Right? Not that I love Remax. They're great, right? They got a hot air balloon and all kinds of cool stuff, right? Great. So here's the deal, right? They started with Dave Linegar and his wife started the company back in the 70s. Well, what they did was they started their brand, Remax. And what they did, they went out and recruited investors to give them money to take their brand nationwide and then eventually international. And then what they did, well, they went out and what? Recruited who? A whole bunch of other investors to buy the regions, right? So now they own regions and Remax all over. They got the Midwestern regions, they got Central regions, they got Eastern, they got all these regions, right? For regional people who bought in as investors because they want to get paid too, right? So then what they do, they went out and recruited who? Well, heck, they went out and recruited a bunch of franchisees. So the franchise owners, which are typically your broker owners. So they recruited them, who recruited them, who recruited them. They're all buying in, right? Everybody pays in to be part. You got to pay to play, right? You got to pay to play. Is this who you work for, George, at Remax?
Yes, that's it. But you know something, Curt, this company provides me what I need to make in the mid six figures every year for the last 6 years. So,
oh my God, that's
what do you
incredible.
got
I
to
want to
give
hear
me
about
back,
that.
Curt?
Yeah, I want to hear about that. I want to hear about all those leads they give you and all that money to make 6 figures. That's 100 grand. So they're giving you a bunch of leads.
No, I'm buying my own leads. I provide my own leads. I have SOI. I do online marketing, social media marketing. But the technology they provide and the support they provide and the training they provide, that's helped me be the agent I am today.
Oh, I love that, George. So for a second, I thought you were saying they gave you all this stuff to give you 100 grand. What they did was they let you spend the money, you market yourself, you create your entire environment, you create your clients, and then they'll tell you how to work with them if you do that.
Exactly. But they provide the environment.
Yeah, for a second, I thought you said they were helping you make money. You scared me for a second. I was like, really? That's interesting because I know a Remax agent I've ever talked to has ever had that. But you said that they give you a culture and they give you some support, right?
Yeah, the environment. You know, I've looked at eXp several times. I've had people call me about eXp, and it's like, man, I'm in the desert. You know, I'm sitting here in front of my laptop, and and that's my office. It just doesn't connect with me.
Totally get it. They must be in Arizona, the desert, but I dig it. All right, so here's the deal, George. So let me make sure we're clear on this. So one of the things you had said that we were nothing but a recruiting company, eXp. We don't have any people. We don't have any of this stuff. So I like that. So let's go through that. So just to make sure I'm clear, because I want to make sure we're on the same page. Your words, not mine. Very important. These are your words, George. Is this how your company is structured?
I'm sorry, I wasn't clear on that, Curt.
Is this exactly how your company is structured?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and people are making money at every level.
No.
So,
Everybody makes money. The whole world's making money, right? Everybody's giving money away. I love it. Right? The hot air balloon drops money in bags on your front porch. I dig that. But what I'm asking is this who you are? Is this how you're structured?
Yes, that's how we're structured.
So you work for this big recruiting machine, right? They recruited them, and they all buy in to become partners, right?
Yes.
But you're an agent, right? So who do these franchisee broker owners, who do they recruit?
They recruit agents.
Oh, that's right. Go ahead and yell it out when you know it, George. I'm with you. Your words, not mine. I like how you're thinking. So they recruited each other, and then they go out and recruit a bunch of us, right? But let me ask you the really strange question. Like you said, all this magic money happens everywhere, George. Who brings in all the money?
The revenue that you talk about is generated by agents selling real estate. And by the way, Curt, Remax agents have a higher number of units sold than any other company on the planet. So, you know, you want to talk about selling real estate. Remax sells a lot of real estate, and that's how I learned to sell real estate, was working with real estate, or excuse me, the Remax environment.
I love it. I love it. So that's a good thing, because the only reason your clients work with you is because your business card says Remax, right?
No, but Remax provides me the support that I need.
Yeah, but wait a minute, George, hold on. You're throwing me off, my friend. I want to use your words, not mine, right? Because anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of closing, my friend. So what we're going to do is going to tie you up with your own words, because I love how you're talking. And I love what you're saying, George. I know you love Remax, and I think it's amazing, right? Because they built this model 120 years ago, and you just told me a second ago, 100% of all the money comes from the agents, right? So you work for this giant pyramid then. Is that right, George? Your words, not mine?
It's levels. It's levels, yes.
Yeah, so it's a pyramid, right? So it's corporate America and it's structured like a franchise model just for you, buddy, right? Like you said, here's the cool part. These guys are all making a bunch of money. So let me ask you another question again, like you said, because they're so amazing that they help you make that 100 grand. So let me ask you a question on that 100 grand, Georgie. When they go ahead and let you sell all the homes, you pay for all the marketing, you pay for everything to make sure that you're a success. And as you do that and you build this out for them and you pay, who's the only billionaire on the page? Because 100% of the money comes from the agents, but just call it out. Who's the billionaire?
Well, of course, Dave Liniger's the billionaire.
Well, when you say of course, you throw me off because Dave ain't sold a house in 50 years. How is that even possible? Like you said, they give you support so you can go sell homes. So he's a billionaire, but you make all the money. I'm confused. Oh, that's right, because you work for a nothing but a recruiting machine company, right? They recruit a bunch of agents so they can make $1 billion, but you don't. Does that make sense?
Sure, but I'm curious, Curt, who's the billionaire at eXp Realty?
Oh, let me show you. So what we have is the opportunity to be partners. And the reason, and I love where you're going with this, George, but you seem really defensive. And I love that because I want to make sure that we get all your questions answered. What's really important, George, is first is you realize who you work for. Because what you were telling me at the beginning, you were describing my company. The funny part is I work for a cloud-based company. We don't look like this. It's really crazy. But yet all these agents think so. Because why? Well, we only know what we're told. And we trust these people. We love these people. These people have been good to us. So why would we not trust them? Well, because if you leave them, how much do they love you anymore, George?
I forget all about you.
Right. Okay. Now let me ask you another question, George. So since we know that we bring in 100% of all the money, but that's the billionaire up here, and these people all get paid when we sell the house off of your commission, because none of them sell real estate, but you do. So let me ask you this, George. So when is it, and how many homes do you have to sell? What number to you to become a partner too? So you can get paid like a partner. When does that happen? How many homes do you have to sell?
The only way I can become a partner is if I buy a franchise.
Oh my God. So you got to drop a couple $100 grand to become a partner?
It's not that much, but it's a healthy chunk. I think it was
Yeah.
60,000.
The average right now for a Remax Market Center or for their franchises, yeah, they run between 200 and 250,000. That's the average network across America. Yeah. So I like how you're thinking. So if you save up 250 grand, then you can become the bottom of the pyramid, right? But I guess it's better than being left out of the pyramid, right?
Down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't even get in. You're not even a partner. How crazy is that? But they count on you to sell all the homes. And I love that they're really nice to you. I love that. Well, let me tell you what, if I only charged you 10 grand instead of the 50,000 you're paying them, would it be cool? Would you love me too?
Well, I might consider it if I could make as much money as I make here.
So all right. So it's always about the money. And I love that about you, George. So let me ask you the honest question, George. So since you realize now who you actually work for, and we both agree, your word's not mine. I agree with you. This is exactly who you work for. If you could understand where the money's at in the partnerships, and you can have a piece of that money and make more money doing exactly what you do right now, but with a different colored business card. Are you okay with that?
I can see your point, Curt, with the layers of administration on there, but let me get clear on this. So I, as an agent, there's no one above me. Is that what you're saying? There's no one above me that makes money off of me?
No, I'm asking you, George, if you could make money and you could be part of the partnership, George. See, this is what's happening, my friend. You're caught in the Remax mindset of the franchise model. And this is why agents jump from brokerage to brokerage to brokerage, expecting a different result. What do we call that when we do the same thing over and expect a different result? What do we call that?
Yeah, that's insanity.
Oh, that's right. Just yell it out when you know, right? Remember, you're Brian A. I'm telling you, Brian, you're looking good, baby. I love this, right? So now work with me on this. So here's the deal, right? So if this is how it's structured and you're never a partner and you never get a piece of the action, then you're limited because you're only as good as your next sale. How much do you get paid if you don't sell in a house this month?
Nothing.
Oh, no. Shoot, I forgot. That's right. You're only as good as your next sale. So how much do they love you when you stop selling?
I'm starting to see your point because you pointed out earlier that Dave Liniger on the top, we were talking about Remax. It could be Gary Keller or Keller Williams. The guy on top's making money off the agents at the bottom that are selling.
Right, because they provide. When's the last time you talked to Dave Liniger at Remax?
Never.
Oh, that's right. Never. I know. Isn't that really weird? Since this is the guy that you're making money, but he's never met with you. And this is the guy giving you all that directions, help, support, and love. But yet you've never sat down with this guy, saw his strategy, saw where he's going, saw what his vision is, or see how it relates to you directly. I know. I find that to be strange too. But the good news is, right? I found something that made more sense through the technology. Once I understood the technology, and that Zillow is the #1 real estate brokerage in the world. I did say that. Yeah, that's the #1 recognizable name. You know why? Because all of our clients say so. We talk about meeting our clients where they are, right? Well, where do we meet them? Where are all our clients at, George? They're all online looking at these guys because these are the authority. The authority. You believe that? Zillow, the authority? We're real estate agents. We all know it's not, but the clients, the average client out there, they actually do. My own parents, they were selling their condo and they're telling me, well, Zillow says our house. I'm like, are you kidding me? Get off of Zillow. Stay with me here. I'm your son. I've been doing this for 19 years. Well, what do they say? No, Zillow said so. I was like, oh my God, shoot me now. This is crazy. These are my own parents. Because this is where your clients are. Make no mistake. This is where they're at. So understanding what these cloud companies are doing, they're putting these people out of business, my friend. Wait a minute, what? Yeah, George, check this out. That incredible company you're at, Remax, who I have a lot of friends that work there. Matter of fact, I've always been a big fan. However, when I grew up and found that things had changed, can we agree that technology has changed the way we do business? Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. And I'm seeing something I hadn't considered before. I'm hearing you saying that eXp has the potential to go head to head with someone like Zillow. Well, there's no denying Zillow's the authority.
Well, again, your words, not mine, George, and I love where you're going with this. Boy, I think we could have a good conversation. I'm following you, my friend. So essentially, like you said, since if I want to take on a cloud-based giant, the first thing I better be is what?
Cloud-based.
You betcha. These guys are franchise models, non-cloud-based. Who has a chance of fighting them?
Yeah, that's powerful. I'm starting to see that,
So
Curt.
here's what's happening. Here's the cool part, George. Public information. You guys can look all this up. Anything I say to you, please challenge me on it because I want you to make sure that it's your words, not mine. And then the second thing I want you to understand it is that what's really cool is everything that I'm talking about, you can go look up. It's all public information. 2021, the number one brokerage in the world that sold the most real estate, most transactions was, oh, that's right, that cloud-based guy that's only been around 13 years. They're like a puppy, like a baby. You know who they are? Yeah, eXp. So what you're dealing with was these companies, right? So in the top 20 brokerages last year, top 20 of them, these old franchise models that are antiquated, built off the same model from 1906. We don't sell homes today like we did in 1906. Did you say that, George? Because I agree with you. Is that still true?
That's true. Yes.
Yeah, very true, right? We're in the age called the technology age now, right? The Jetsons, right? Remember that crap? Yeah, now we're there, right?
I'm old enough, yeah.
Right. So if we're there, George, right? And we know the franchise model is old, antiquated, and oh no, getting crushed. So if you look at the top 20 brokerages last year, 2021, 15 of them were franchise models. 5 were these baby companies, these little newbies, these little kids, right? 5 of the top 20 already are these. I would be shaking in my boots if I'm them. You know why? Because reality is reality. That's just what's happening. So check it out. How do we measure, right? Go to Inman. Look what they measure. They measure 3 things. They measure your agent count, they measure your market share, and they measure your revenue dollars. 3 things that really matter, right? So I'm going to speed this up a little because we're running a little low on time. So on that piece for you, George, right? If they measure those 3 and that's all they measure, guess what? Every single one of these franchises, the 15 of the top 20, they had 3 things in common: losing agent count, losing revenue dollars, and losing market share. Ouch. They're not growing. If your business isn't growing, what's it doing?
It's dying.
Dying. Thank you very much. Your words, not mine. And I agree with you. You're obviously a very smart guy. So if you understand that your business is dying, is that sustainable? How long can we keep dying until we actually, die? Right.
So you run out of resources.
Look at the last, So look at the last 3 years of all these franchises. Now, same 3 categories, right? Those 5 of the top 20, which are these cloud-based people, right? These newbies, 5 of them, right, are that same 3 measurables. They all increased agent count, increased market share, increased revenue dollars. Matter of fact, check this out. This one did the most revenue dollars of any of them. You ready for this? This one, now, by the way, most people never even heard of Compass 5 years ago. Same as eXp. Most people never heard of eXp 5 years ago. And guess what they did? The most listings and the most transactions. Now, where does Zillow pull all their information from? They pull it from the IDX feed. And what that is that's like the MLS where they get all the listings. Now, imagine this. Holy smokes. What if you were the company with the most listings, which, well, my company was. So if you were that already at the most listings, and the IDX feed, which is where Zillow pulls their information from, what if you owned that company? Whoa, where Zillow has to pull the listings. And you said one day, you know what? I don't think we have a good relationship. I'm going to flip off the switch. You don't get to pull all the stuff of our listings off of it. And we got 30% of the market. So you know what you can tell people? Hey, come to Zillow. We can see all the houses for, some of the houses for sale. You can see them on our site, not the ones on your street, but you can see some of them. Make sure they don't have that other sign on it because then you can't see them. Are you kidding me? Now imagine you own that, because guess what? You know who owns Showcase IDX? The company that Zillow pulls all the info? Yeah, eXp does. I know, how crazy is that? That'd be kind of scary, wouldn't it? Oh, that's right. Cloud-based giant fighting cloud-based giant. Now you got a fair fight. These franchises, they're going down. You said they're not growing, they're dying, right? Just like all these franchise companies. Could you imagine owning a Remax, a Keller Williams, a Century 21, Blockbuster Video, and oh shoot, Netflix is in town. Cloud-based real estate. These are all cloud companies, guys. Pick any industry you want. This is where the money is right here. Every one of these companies dominated, took over, and owns their industry. Every single one. You ever hear of Amazon, little company?
Yes.
Yeah, they came out with this new division called Prime. I thought I owned the company. I thought my wife must have bought it because every day I came home, these trucks are in my driveway. There's stacks of boxes that say Amazon Prime. I'm like, damn, we must own this company. It's really cool. And I asked my wife, I said, where do we ship these? She's like, no, they all came here. And then I was like, uh-oh, that company exists? Uh-oh, I better own that company because holy smokes, I thought I did, right? This is how this works. Understand the power. Amazon decided that they were going to set the bar for how the internet works for all of us and how we interact on the internet. They set the bar. How about Carvana? You can buy cars from a freaking vending machine in the sky. Go online, print out your little barcode, QR code, you scan it, they give you a giant coin, drop it in the thing, sit here and watch your car come down an elevator and kick out, you get it and drive it home. How insane is that? Vending machine for cars. It's all virtual. Cloud companies. All these are cloud companies. Guess what dominated every one of them? Cloud companies. And you know what we forgot about, George? That's right. The 5 pillars. Why did you get into real estate, George? And I'm going to speed this through this because we're out of time, but I want to do this with you really quick. So, George, why did you get into real estate? Because you wanted that culture, that support, that company that could support you, make you feel loved, and all this good stuff with a hot air balloon in your card, right? That was the support they promised you. And so far, you said they delivered on that. I love that. However, you told me they give you no leads. They don't pay for you to go mastermind with the best of the best. They don't pay for you to be chained by the top people on the planet. They don't give you any ownership opportunities because you told me yourself they don't. And they never let you share in the money. Oh, that's right, because Dave's the billionaire. Right. And how much do you get out of that? Oh, that's right. You said 0 because you're never a partner in the business because you have no ownership, no partnership. You don't get to share in any of the money. Yeah, they promise to love you. Yay. And they give you no leads to make any money. And they don't give you any part of the training part that's going to get you to that next level. So I ask you, George, what does that company do for you? Doesn't sound like a whole lot, but yet at the beginning, I felt really compelled. And man, maybe I should start considering going to work with you until I looked at what the fact of my business is built on these 5 principles, and they don't give you any. That shocked me. I heard the pain in your voice when you said it. You're not growing. You're what were you saying again? If you're not growing, you're what?
Yeah, so you're dying.
Oh, that's right. And I don't want to die a slow death because this is why real estate agents never retire, my friend. Why? Because they die. They don't retire because you got to sell real estate until you're 90 years old and keep opening lock boxes. Does that make sense? Right? Now check this out. What if I told you you could have, instead of the 2 admins at your office and the 1 broker you have, what if I told you you had 4 or 5 brokers per every state you're in? What if I told you there's 390 admin support help in there every single day for you? You can log into the metaverse, walk in a digital form of yourself, go right down the hallway, sit in front of your broker, have a conversation and get anything you need. And I mean right now. And then turn out of that office, walk 3 offices down, sit down in accounting and say, hey, I need a commission check, click that button and bam, the money just all of a sudden appears in your account. What if you could have that? What if I told you you could go into an actual platform, just like a college platform, where you can go inside and get training by nothing but the best of the best, meaning only the top 1% of agents in the entire company can teach you, show you exactly how to make the most amount of money. What if I could show you that? What if you had access to that? And oh, by the way, you had 90 of these class opportunities a week that you could go into from right wherever you're at, no matter where you are, you could have this stuff. What if you could do that? What if you could have that? What if it was real? What if they actually gave you leads? What if they gave you your own website, your own lead generation machine? They had AI and technology built into this thing that they'd give you a referral network of thousands of agents across the country dumping leads in there every single day. What if the company itself generated leads and gave them to you? All you do is click on a sale, take it. What if they did that? Would that change your life? Would that make you more money, George? Would that put more money in your pocket? Oh, I forgot. You're in business for yourself. Why? Because you want to be in business for yourself. Stop being in business for yourself by yourself. Start being in business for yourself with a whole community of people that want you to survive, want you to thrive, want you to make money. What if I told you the day you start, you have 7 business partners because you're an owner? What if I told you to give you stock share ownership, real shares of stock? You own this company when you close your first deal every year. Every year, a couple $100 worth of stock. You know what's really cool? The stock market is taking a beating right now. That's awesome. You know why? Because I'm getting a whole ton of stock for next to nothing. That gets me jacked up. I'm fired up. You know why? Because I was here 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, when the stock was through the roof. it just does this. It goes up and down, just like our market does. So when it goes back up, now I got a ton more stock. Boom, I'm winning the stock game. I don't even know nothing about stock. How cool is that? I don't play Wall Street, but I know what free stock means. A lot of money in my pocket. You know what you get? Zero. If my stock went to nothing, you know what mine would be? Same as yours, right? But I actually have it. So I get ownership. And you know what that gives me? Every piece of ownership I have gives me more money to make within the company. Why? Because I get to share the revenue. All I got to do is what? Be a good partner. How many agents work at RE/MAX because of you, George, in the last 20 years you've been selling there? From me.
Oh, a couple of dozen.
Yeah, a couple of dozen. What if I told you just with 10, nothing fancy, just 10, what happens is you start sharing the revenue and that equates to eventually somewhere around, you know, $10, $15, $20,000 a month. Would that be okay? Oh, I'm sorry. I scaled mine. I forgot. Yeah. With only 35 agents, what I was able to do is take that, multiply it by 2,700 agents by helping these lousy 35 agents. And then what happens is it scales out because I have a partner, because I have all this ownership shares, then I get the revenue too. Well, now it's over 100 grand a month. I don't know. My wife kind of digs it. I don't know. I think it's kind of fun. I don't know. Now I own a lake house. I don't know. It's just fun, right? So I can do what I do because I got into this business for me. I didn't get in this business to say I have a hot air balloon on my card or a red card or I wear a gold jacket. Nobody cares. My clients care about me. They choose me every single time. Never once did they give me any of this stuff. I found a platform in a cloud-based setting that allowed me to be a partner in the game, make money in the game, get the support like I really want, get leads with my own website branded to me that the company sponsors and give me an entire marketing department to take all my stuff and go nuts so I don't have to pay for it. All you do is print. I click print. Bam, it's mine. It's amazing.
Sign me up. Sign me up.
Here we go. So if you had that, George, and I had to speed this up because of time. However, George, if I showed you, this is what cloud looks like versus that pyramid company looks like that you work for. You work for a pyramid, George. You work for a multi-level marketing company that does nothing but recruit agents and recruit levels and buy in and never let you in. You're never a partner, no matter how many homes you sell, no matter how many years you've been there. You get nothing when you're done. Or I went to a cloud when I went apples to apples to compare. My apples to apples were like my apples to your apple to my fruit basket because I get all of that. Why? Because I get 80% of my money in my pocket, 20 goes to the company, 20 goes to the company. And then what happens? 50 cents on company dollar gets put back to the partners. Guess who the partners are? Just us lowly little agents, just us. We're the partners, my friend, from the time you close your first deal. Now, George, let me ask you again. You said it was all about the money. Can you see where the money's at?
Yeah, it's the money's in the profit that the brokerage makes, and what you're saying to me is the agents are sharing in that profit. I mean, that's a quick summary of what you shared a lot here. It's amazing. I have to hear more about this. I don't want to say I need to know more because you've shared a lot today, Curt. I need to take another look at it, really, because this is almost overwhelming. This is pretty amazing because it's a simple illustration you're making. The tier level, you got all the admins above me, but you're saying the agents are the admin, take the place of the admins and collect the profits.
It's correct. It's laid out, guys. It's laid out. If you're not getting this in your business, this is the reason you got into real estate. This is what you were looking for. This is what the principles of your business is built upon. If you're not in business for yourself, act like these three here are all about working in your business, right? Because you're doing production here. This is working on your business when you're a business owner. Stop being an employee and start being an owner.
Amen.
Does that make sense? So what are your questions, guys? Questions?
Curt, we've got so many great comments. This has been incredible.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, my God, just the energy. I'm ready to go out there and kill it.
Me too. I like it. I'm excited.
I know.
I need to get a little more energy though. I'm a little slow today. So
I love it. It's contagious. Does anybody have anything? We've got.
Ask away. Anything you want to know.
Do one more minute here.
Give me production, give me attraction, give me anything you want. Just ask me anything you want.
Hey, Curtis, Emma, you're making me sweat. You got us going. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to watch the recording. I actually shot you my information in a direct message. I'd love to talk to you about something, but not here. When you get a chance.
Is it in the chat or did you send it to me personally?
I sent it to you personally in the chat.
Oh, geez. All right.
And I'll track
that's the technology thing that I stink at. So
get it on your chat.
Emma.
Yeah.
Just text me at that. Right?
Hang on.
Oh, it went just to you. Oh, how cool was that? I didn't even try to do that. All right.
See how that happens? Let's
All right.
see.
Put it
Hang
there.
on.
Here we go.
Kurt, dude, when are you doing these eXp explains? This is the best eXp explained I've heard yet to date.
Well, I'm glad you like it. You know what, honestly, this was just the way my brain works is a little weird because I'm kind of weird, but I took Gene Frederick's napkin presentation and I just changed the way it looks and I made it look like this because that's what he was really saying without saying it. And then I took what Glenn Sanford told me one day. I was having breakfast with him and he told me about, you know, what agents, why did they get into the business? Why did he get into the business? Why did he do it? And what was the whole angle? And that's why I came up with these, but I used what Tina Call does. So Tina's one of my business partners. She's in my downline. She's my second level. So I work with Tina every other day. So I took a version of what she was doing, something similar. So I took that and morphed it into my brain here. And then I did the apples to apples. And that's Noelle Nielsen does these different videos where she does apples or fruit basket. So I stole that from her and put that into my brain and said, okay, so this is kind of a mixed bag of how I do it. But Shannon, to answer your question more directly is, and I thank you again for the compliment. Everybody pitches the slides in the slide deck. And it's like if you're calling for sale by owners or expireds and hi, I noticed that you're trying to sell your house not on the market. And I'm a local real estate expert. If I could come over and show you ways you can sell your house, would you invite me over? You know, it's just, right? They're like, yeah, Kleck, you're the 95th person to call me today to say that. So I want to go the other direction with them. Hey, how you doing? I just saw your house is for sale. Did you sell it yet? No. Are you a real estate agent? Yeah, I'm trying to help you find where you're going. If you get this thing sold literally today, where are you going? Nobody asks them that. So now I'm going to have a conversation because they're going to tell me something. Well, as soon as I said, I'm going to move over to, we already found a house that we're trying to buy. Okay, great. What's it going to stop? What's stopping you from buying it right now? Oh, because you have a house to sell. Right. Well, let's do this. Let's look what your plan looks like to get the new house. Then I can give you some information free, just that might help you be able to figure out a way to sell your house with or without me. I don't really care. You can sell it yourself. You're already trying that. Let me help you find the new one. And then what ends up happening, if I get them to agree to sit down and meet with me, first of all, I'm going to close them on listing their house. But secondly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get them looking at what their house looks like. And I'm going to get them excited about the next step, right? Everybody wants to know where we finish, but you got to remember where they're starting from, right? I want to see the house they're in. If you ever want to help a buyer, you want to get listings, it's really simple. Buyers have houses to sell, right? So you always remember more buyers gives you more listings. Same thing with recruiting. So the agent, same thing. All I want to do is, hey, this is where you're at. Love where you're at. If you stayed where you are, and ask them this question, guys. I use this all the time. Hey, so let me ask you, Shannon. I know you're over at Keller and man, they're yeah, they are. We're great. We're all okay, great. Love that.
Bleed red, man. Bleed red.
Right? Don't fight with them. Exactly. I bleed red. Yeah, okay. Don't fight with them, right? Don't fight with them. Tell them they're great. Oh, that's awesome. So let me ask you, if they just did one thing, if they could, man, if Keller just came up with a way to do this one thing, I would stay there forever. What is it? And shut up and let them answer you. They'll dance, George, like you tried to do. You tried to get me off of this every way you could. All I'm doing is framing. I'm going to loop you right back. I'm going to loop you right back. I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to acknowledge what you said and then put it right back into my pitch because I'm going right where I want to go. I'm not going where you want to go. You want to bounce me all over bunny trail because you're afraid, right? You're afraid of what you might see because if you see it, you can't unsee it. And once you know, you can't unknow, right?
We gotta stop it right there. I can't even believe I'm having to stop this, but I need my computer for another call.
No problem, guys. Anyway, it was a pleasure meeting you guys.
Oh my gosh.
Do we know when the class is though? The eXp Explained.
Fridays at.
It's not an actual class, it's live. So I do it for agents all over the company. They bring their people. All you have to do is let me know ahead of time. Hey, I've got Susie Jones coming. So that way I mention you on it because you're going to be in there, but I'm not going to ask you about your real estate career, where you at, you know, where you're trying to go, because I'm going to ask them those questions. I don't want you to answer anything for them. Let me do it. Just tell me that it's your person so I can mention your name to edify you. So they see you as, oh my God, you're connected. Boy, with you, I can have success as long as I'm with you, right? Don't make it about me. It's about you because they have to know coming to eXp's got to go through you. That's how they get everything else.
Right. Okay? Is it Friday at what time? Is it a Zoom, Kurt?
It's Eastern time zone. So it's 12:15 every Friday.
Perfect. Gosh, thank you so much. This has been incredible.
You guys are an awesome group. Thank you. Hey guys, everybody for helping me, you know, play along. I appreciate that. You know, and Angie and Anna for turning on your cameras and Candy and everybody. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Guys, you got to remember that if you're going to hop on a meeting, be in the meeting, right? Turn it on. Turn it on. Let them know that you actually care about them, that you think that they can actually do something for you. That's why you're here. Otherwise, when you don't, and I get it, some people have another job and things, there's exceptions to any rule, but turn your cameras on so they know that you're attentive and that you're actually in the space with them. Okay.
Amen.
All right, guys.
Kurt,
Thank you so much.
take care.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you so
Kurt.
much.
Hey,
Bye.
Keely, if you
Hey,
can,
everyone.
send me a copy of the recording. I'd love to see it.
I sure will. Good
All
to
right.
see you.
Thanks,
Thanks
Kurt.
much. Take care, guys. Thank you.